My name is Johanna. I'm the creator of the Unapologetically Brown series, and I'm a Gully street artist. I'm a Salvadoran street artist. I was raised in Virginia for most of my life, then came to New York as a young adult. I started the Unapologetically Brown series on SoundCloud, which was ridiculous now looking back because I was doing spoken word and I wanted to just create community, to find a way to connect with community members I knew were out there. But I realized that going around telling people to listen to my SoundCloud link was a huge dub. You know, like if somebody tells me to do that, I probably won't do it unless we're mad tight, and even then that's questionable. So we had to figure something else out. I remembered growing up, I loved the work that I saw on the streets. It forces people to pay attention. It forces people to have conversations without the artist necessarily having to be present for it, which is really important to me because I'm a shy-ass Capricorn and I don't like public performance. I started taking everything that I was doing on SoundCloud, whether it was my opinions or poetry, and putting it on paper, and then figuring that out at the same time and how I was gonna then translate that into the streets. I don't have any art background, so I didn't know what wheat paste was. I didn't know how to make wheat paste. When I first started doing this, I was on Google, like, what kind of glue do people use for like street ads? I had no idea. And then figuring out graphic arts at the same time, which is like a whole other language. Then putting everything on paper, putting it on the street has grown into the big baby that it is now. The posters are created from whatever I'm feeling at the time. I could be anywhere and be like, oh, I have something to say, and then I pull out my phone and usually create it on my phone. Everything is like super accessible to me, like my phone being right there. I've made posters on the train, while sitting on the bathroom, while sitting in bed. So I can make a poster anywhere at any time and then just find access to a printer, print it out, and put it up. The spaces that I took up on the streets in New York City or wherever I'm pasting are intentional in the way that I want them to be in places where they're going to be seen. I pick places that have a lot of heavy foot traffic. You might find a poster in the corner by a trash can, or you'll find one that's very obvious, but either way, I want you to have an experience when you see the work. I want you to feel like this was here at the right time, at the right moment for you. I create very intentionally for communities of color, queer, femmes of color. I want us to see ourselves on the street. I want us to see content that is created for us, something that is created really, really, really intentionally. I like beautiful things, and I love flowers, and I love bright colors. I love the feminine touch to my posters while having a very bold message. We often think that those two things can't coincide. The entire project, my entire work, is very unapologetic in the sense that from me putting it up on the walls, on the streets, down to the messages that they say. Everything about it is very anti-everything from its conception to creation to placement. It goes against everything that a lot of what takes up public space is for. My platform is the streets. My mic is Instagram. I utilize social media and specifically Instagram to create a platform for the work that is already taking up space on the streets. So it's about blending the two. What I've also found that works for me is making some of my posters accessible online. Wherever you want to see this work is accessible for you to do that on your own if you wish. I always tell folks that it's important to pay attention, not only to everything around you, but yourself. And what do you want to do? What do you have to say? We are the standard. We are the tastemakers. We are the culture changers. This started from nothing. I didn't know shit about graphic arts. I still don't know shit about graphic arts. From everything that I've learned has been through Googling it, YouTubing it, asking my homegirls. I used to tell people I was a self-taught artist, but I'm a community-taught artist because there's been so many people who have invested in me. As a person of color, like we're already like inherently like 10 million steps ahead of these people, so hustle it out, figure it out, on the go, as you go, you will figure it out.